We got episode 296 of Coach Class Podcast. I think the attire says what we're going to be discussing primarily this entire episode.
Make sure you comment, subscribe, keep hitting that like button. And when you hit that subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell right next to it so you get lined up with whatever's
stay up to
coming
date,
hot
man.
next. And whatever we need to talk about, man, at Coach Class Podcast. But like Mike said, the attire, my boy sitting here on the calendar, like it tells you what we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, I had to throw in the frames because we getting technical,
Yeah,
yo.
we have to talk about
we
it.
getting technical, bruh.
We need to discuss things because at the bank, yo, it got electric.
The bank.
It was nothing but electricity in the bank, bro. Took a withdrawal from the bank, bro. Oh man.
Know when I got excited? When y'all sent me the picture of Roquan with the fedora on, yo. I was
what I
like,
knew.
He's about to go out there and go crazy, bro.
Whole cowboy fit on.
Yeah.
Said, yo, he looked like Dirty Dan. That's when I
Yeah.
knew. I said, nah, they're not losing. There's no way.
Yeah,
There's
bro
no way.
is dressed like he hangs with Anthony Hamilton, yo. Like, bruh.
Bro, he looked like he just left chilling.
He was ready, yo.
He was with Aloe Black the night before, yo.
Yo, he's that guy, bruh.
The whole team.
On Roquan, real quick,
Yeah.
yo, like, this is when I knew. I was like, oh, it's definitely going down. Because I was about to text y'all, but I know everybody was tense because group chats and everything was frozen, right?
Damn.
Yo,
It's like,
when
don't
he
talk to me right
sprayed the
now.
water on his face. I don't
Yo,
know if y'all saw that.
Bruh.
I called Mike about that.
Yo.
Didn't I call him about
I
that?
said
I
he's
called
different,
that.
yo.
I was like, yo, he sprayed his face. We winning by 30.
He wanted to feel the elements
I know his
early.
face froze immediately.
He wanted to
Immediately.
feel the elements early, bro.
Whole squirt bottle to the face. Bruh.
Willingly turned himself into Andy Reid's
Yo, that's
mustache
hilarious.
on purpose, his whole face.
But see, this is why I love that we don't talk about this much before we start talking, because that's hilarious. Zay brought that up.
Yeah,
because even
bruh.
in you mentioning that, I literally had nerves before this
Yeah.
game, like
Yeah.
legit jitters. I couldn't sit down.
And the sick part is, you know, the win was wild, disrespectful. Because did y'all watch the lady sing the national anthem?
Yeah.
Yo, the wind slapped her right before the last note, and she still cooked
But
it, bro. She still killed it.
She was going hard in the paint. She had the belly out and everything.
Bruh,
Listen,
it was
listen,
cold,
if you're
bruh.
not from Baltimore, you wasn't in Baltimore yesterday,
was brick.
you do not know how cold it was.
Yeah, about 15.
Because
that
it had
wind.
snowed the day before. That bank is right off the water.
Yeah.
Man, it was cold outside.
Yeah.
Like, especially in that area, it was definitely cold.
And you could see that specifically from the size of CJ Winter hat. You see that big
Yeah.
ass hat he had?
Yo,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
It,
He
He looked like
it
a
was cold
sad
right
young
now.
child with that
Super
hat
huge
on.
hat.
yo.
So definitely the
Yeah.
little kid elementary hat. Before we get into the game too, since we talk about all of that,
Pre-game,
I
bro.
want to salute the Dan.
Real fan Dan.
Fan Dan.
Immune to hypothermia, yo. He don't get hypothermia, bro. He don't his body is built
He
different.
came
Yo, did
about
y'all
to
see
do
what the
it and
video
stayed
when
out of it.
Stavros and Real Fan Dan linked
Yes,
up
I did
before the
see.
game?
Yeah.
That's also when I knew he was going to win. When I seen
Baltimore
Stavi
greatness,
there.
yo.
Stavi was down there, bro. I
Yeah,
knew.
Stavros, keep bringing us that love, bro. We've been winning with you, bro. We frying people in the playoffs now, yo.
real
We
quick.
making it look like unless we make a mistake, it's no way anybody can beat us,
Yeah,
bro.
but stay more on that pregame. Was it anything else in there?
No, I was gonna say Real Fan Dan definitely drunk 2 large hot teas with honey and lemon after.
Facts.
And
I hope
a
he's
large
okay.
orange juice.
If I'm being quite honest, I said he
Yeah,
was
he was
immune to it.
wildin'.
But I just hope he's okay today.
Nah, but I feel like he got a different
He's a real fan.
temperature gauge in his body anyway. He must got somewhere where he kind of remotely works outside. Cause I've been at games where he legit had like a jersey and a sweatshirt under it, and like it was cold.
Yeah,
Like
that's
built
all he
different.
really
No
wears.
gloves.
He don't really wear nothing crazy.
no hat, baldy out. I'm like, bro, you not cold right now, bro?
Real fan.
He not
Said.
cold. Real Fan Dan doesn't get cold.
I don't
bro.
know I know y'all seen him. Everybody's seen him in real life or not. But the dude with the y'all may know if he got a name or something. The
Captain
dude
Ravens?
with the hoodie, the velvet looking hoodie. It's purple.
I don't know. I haven't seen
I
it.
haven't, yo,
I thought you was talking about Captain Ravens, like the stocky looking dude.
I seen him wear the not the hoodie, the robe. My fault. It's like a purple robe.
It might be Captain
But
Ravens,
anyway,
bro.
I saw him when we first went to the Ravens joint, the training camp joint at the bank, and it was like the hottest day of the year at that point. He had it on there, yo, and I was like, he's gonna have a heat stroke. Then I saw yesterday He had it on in minus 1,000 degree
All
weather.
times,
I said
bro.
that robe is built for
It's
time,
all
yo.
purpose rope.
It's
Yeah.
all purpose. It adapts
It's
to the
like-
weather, yo.
Yeah, it's like the joint like Leonardo DiCaprio would put on The Revenant. Yo.
No, it's
You
not
can-
even
you
that,
can
'cause you can
survive
wear
any
it-
climate with that joint
Yeah,
on, bro.
hot or cold doesn't
Any
matter.
climate, yo.
Extreme heat to extreme cold.
Yeah,
bro.
yo.
He's surviving, bro. Now, again, in that pregame, I felt a lot of validation when we was listening. Like you brought up the Star Spangled Banner. When you hear us yell "Oh,"
Oh, yeah.
at that time, that always feels good. Whenever I hear that, I've been in different states, and you'll hear like a spattering of "Oh," just
Yeah, it'd
out
be like
there.
a
It's
random.
oh, I know
they
some
been
people
they
from
from
Baltimore,
Baltimore
area.
or they
Oh,
been to an O's
fire.
game, yo.
It
I
seemed
love that.
extra aggressive for that game.
Yes, it did.
I wasn't even there.
That's why I said the bank was electric from
Bro,
start.
the bank was
Kyle
electric.
Ripken was in there.
Yeah, yeah, he
That's
was
when I
honorary
knew
captain.
too, yo. Kyle was in there.
I think Peyton Manning
Peyton
was up
Manning
in
was
there.
there. His son,
It was
Peyton
too
Manning's
much.
son- Peyton Manning's son had the Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson jersey on.
Yeah.
You already know, yo.
I even heard Ray talk about it beforehand. He's talking about this team is. I don't know how many times we said this. We said this pre-show, and we'll probably talk about it once we finish up wrapping up the talk of the game. But this is like one of the best NFL teams assembled
Yeah, it's pretty great,
in the
bro.
history of football. I
The
think.
defense is so crazy, bro.
Let's get into the
But
game.
let's get
Yeah,
into
let's
this
get into
game.
this first quarter. So let's
game.
tap inwardly with this first quarter. So the Texans start out the first quarter with the ball. They get the ball first after the toss. Ravens D got to it easy, bro. We had a 3 and out, you know, and they looked solid. Like that's when I knew, like, cause I think I think Matabike might have smacked somebody, and something else happened where I'm like, oh yeah,
We shut
they
the
not
run
playing
game
tonight.
down.
So this is what I believe they wanted to do. I think they, not saying they following their game plan, but it's a smart move. So they had a lot of time off. Remember that what the what's the name did to the Packers did to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They got the ball first and said we're gonna punch him in the mouth. I think they wanted to take the same approach and see, hey, listen, man, they haven't played in a while. Maybe they're a little rusty. Let's get out on them.
Yeah.
But I was like, if they don't get a touchdown or anything, it could be a long night for them. But I think that's what they were trying to do. They would, because they took it. Nobody never takes it, yo.
Yeah.
It's very rare. But I think they was like, listen, they've been on for 3 weeks, essentially, most of these, like the best players, except for a few. Let's try to get out on them. And it did not.
It didn't work. Cause even in the first quarter, like when our offense wasn't scoring, it was like, bro, we looking good today, bro. Cause I think Aguilar dropped a easy first down, like in the first quarter, bro. It was like mid first quarter. It was like a joint that would have really changed it, and we would have had a touchdown on them early. You feel me?
No. So that first drive, we got that. Second drive, our drive coming off that first drive, we then drive it up the field and get a field goal from Tuck.
Yeah, Tuck.
He looked ready, too.
Shout out Tuck, man.
Tuck, we talked about you a little bit. You look good in that.
He
Yeah,
looked
good
ready.
job, bro.
He looked ready
Good
because
job.
that wasn't
Good
an easy
job, bro.
field goal.
Not at all.
Nah.
It's
Yeah.
50 plus yards, 53
50
yards.
plus. And the wind, the
53
wind was,
yard
it was
field
windy
goal
out there, bro.
in a windy, cold game. That's Tuck.
was
Auto
windy out
Mad
there,
Tuck.
bro.
That's what they call him down at the stadium.
Auto Matt Tuck.
So they then come and drive the ball down the field. But this is when I was talking about the electricity of the bank. The 12th man started showing up.
Nah, it was crazy.
Bro, it
You
was
can
like
hear
that
it loud
early.
on TV.
Like I said,
You
you,
usually
can hear
can't hear it loud on TV like
Nah,
that.
it was aggressive.
They was wilding, bro.
You can hear clearly the RAVENS Ravens. That was beautiful to hear. But no, the penalties that it was
So
causing.
many penalties.
Yeah.
though.
That's that drive because they were
Yeah.
driving.
And
they were
got
driving
a
the ball.
They got a veteran left tackle on the
Tunsil.
Texans, bro.
Larry Tunsil
Kept
on the
on
Tunsil,
his
he's
damn
one of the
penalties.
highest paid left tackles in the game.
Hella penalties.
nice.
He
yo.
couldn't, that electricity at the bank. The 12th man, they should give us, literally, I heard people say this on Instagram. I seen it on Twitter a couple times. We should get some kind of game ball before this game, yo.
Yeah.
As fans. Because I'm going to be at the AFC Championship game is what I'm also going to say.
I'm
but
gonna try to get up in there, man.
we need game balls before we leave. Or when we get there or something, yo. But maybe not when we get there because we might throw them as fans. Knowing
Somebody's
us,
gonna throw the ball.
give them to us after the game. That's probably
Even
better.
like
what?
even mini ones. They could give out mini ones.
Nah, this the year.
We need game balls.
Give out the Pooh Shiesty with like a Ravens logo on it.
My God, purple poo
Or say Ravens on it. Or that joint would be crazy. Or the golden bee on the Pooh Shiesty where it looked like a teardrop.
You know what I think would be the coolest thing?
Yo.
If
That would be the greatest thing you
if
could
they
give
wear
somebody.
all black and they tell everybody, and they give out either a free punch, something, if
gotta give
everybody
out,
wears
bro.
black.
They gotta give the Ravens.
You know how
Shiesty
crazy
out.
that would look for the AFC Championship
Insane,
game?
no.
Just a bunch of Ravens in the stands.
And if it
yo,
get
like-
cold, everybody gonna have a shiesty on with the
crazy.
Ravens logo, bro.
We caused so much commotion
Fire,
in that
bro.
first quarter.
Yes.
They were driving the ball. CJ.
Yeah.
I like
Excellent.
CJ.
Yeah,
bro.
CJ is
He's
what makes him so great. He's so patient,
Poise.
young, bro. Like everything
So
will be
much
collapsing,
poise
and
in
he
the
find the
pocket.
last pass to
Yes.
make. I'm like, bro, because Schultz dropped one early,
Yep.
and I was like, bro,
He gave
that
us a
was
break.
crazy. He got out of there.
He didn't have killer numbers, but he didn't make mistakes.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Like he could have
great.
easy. That game could have been. They could have ran it up 50 on him if he just makes a few mistakes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He had 175 passing yards, so he was getting that ball out there a little bit more than Lamar's. But again,
Yeah.
Lamar's rushing
Lamar
yards
is
was the other
crazy,
thing.
bro.
The defense was bending, but they wasn't breaking.
Exactly. They was making
Yo.
the plays that needed to be made, and the penalties helped us a lot. That's how we got in the field goal range on that first drive, on that drive. Then the next drive is when we score.
Yeah,
And we
And
score
we
that
gotta say-
touchdown over the Aguilar off of, I think Lamar broke
yeah, he
one
did
crazy
like a fake
deep.
like
bro.
option and then tossed it to him.
Yeah.
Pause. But like yo, we also gotta say that I gotta give another apology, yo. Odell was worth the fee, yo. Cause he got another big catch in the beginning of the game that kind of changed the momentum
Oh, yeah,
of
yeah. It was
offense.
like-
It might have been in that drive
Yeah,
when we
it was
scored.
like it might have been in that
Something like
drive.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
But he did something crazy,
Yeah.
like where he like, yo, and
He
then,
only had that one catch too.
yeah,
That's
I
the crazy
respect
stat
it.
It
Though.
was a good
That's
catch,
the
man.
that,
He
that
did
bring
it.
the
That's what we
vibes up,
need,
yo.
'cause
That
he
bring
can-
the vibes up,
The
bro.
super cool thing about this team is the depth.
Yeah.
At any point, it could
much
be
depth.
anybody, bro.
He got another running back.
Yeah.
Yo, we
Oh,
got to
we
get to
gonna
him
get
at the
to it, we
fourth.
gonna get to it, we gonna get to
He's
it.
later. He's later.
Let me get to that.
It's
Yo,
ridiculous,
he's later, bro.
bro.
He's later. He's
The
later.
second quarter,
ridiculous,
though,
bro.
yo.
So
One
it
of the
gets a
most
little.
second quarters out.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It gets a little frustrating.
No, what was
DeMarco,
blowing me?
yo, I salute that head coach, yo. They was game planning for us in that first half, yo. As far as getting sacks on Lamar,
Yeah, they was pressuring.
fam, they had 3 sacks on us in the first half. Yo, it was
One of the issues was when they was putting a lot of pressure on, because you remember a lot of the times in the beginning, they was like, if you pressure Lamar, and that was an old thing that always worked. And it was working in the first half because one of the things was, and we're going to talk about some of the adjustments in the second half, they had Lamar dropping back too far.
Yeah.
Trying to give out
Yeah, he'd be
too many
dropping back
deep
like 10
routes
yards
when they
deep,
were
bro. But
pressuring
he
that
fast.
hard. And we're going to transition into that. And they made some adjustments in that next
Oh, yeah.
second half.
So-
But that second quarter.
But
There was a moment in the second quarter, and I don't know if this was early or late, but it was a play where Lamar was running, and you could see Stanley was supposed to be lead blocking. Clearly was supposed to be lead blocking on this play, and he doesn't. And Lamar gets tackled, and Lamar is going he's going berserk
they
on the
said
ground.
Lamar
Hold on,
holding
I
But he
everybody
gets up
accountable.
and he starts yelling at him, but
Lamar
you don't
holding
see
everybody
you don't see
accountable.
Stanley get mad. He just kind of eat that
That
because
boy
he
put
knew.
it on the field. You gotta respect Lamar. He
Fam.
put it on the field,
After-
yo.
after
Get
we
out
do-
there.
After we get through
Yeah.
to the main part of the game, I'm gonna talk about Lamar specifically.
But know
and
what
how
was
he
bothering
approaching.
me about the first half? Maybe forgive my knowledge. I'm not the Schwab. But like, why was Duvernay returning punts and kicks? Like, I felt like Wallace has been going crazy.
Wasn't Tyler out this week?
Tyron
Was he?
Williams,
I think
Wallace.
so.
Oh, all right, all right.
I'm not
my
mistaken,
I didn't
bad.
know,
I didn't know
'cause we
Wallace
was
was
tight.
out because
I
I was
think-
like,
Though-
I was confused.
He did have-
yeah. Duvernay did shake
Yeah,
off a little bit.
The
Yeah,
first
well-
half, after the second half, the second half. But we still in that second quarter. Let's stay there a little bit because, like I said, it was an up and down battle.
Yeah, 'cause it was 10-10
Texans
at
was
the
making
end- at the
their
quarter,
move
so.
towards the end.
I'm at the half.
I'm on Twitter talking trash to Kenny G, and I'm calling you out on this because you was hating a little bit.
First off, no disrespect, but he's a Jets fan.
I'm not even saying that. He was because CJ is nice, and I'm not
I'm
going to ever
saying
say
that.
that. CJ is
I would have
nice.
said it to him.
But it doesn't have anything to do with that because I was talking about CJ and he was commenting on CJ.
is
Okay.
So I like CJ is nice. But I was like, listen, fam, the bank it's different football down there right now, yo. That's not the same style football that you play normally, yo. Like he wasn't used to that. The only thing that had me worried in that second quarter, I think that's when they showed his mom praying for him. And I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
He might get
That
the
was
energy
nice.
from
That was
Mom
nice.
Duke.
I like
yo.
that.
I was getting noited out, and Mom's looked like she was stressing, bro.
Yeah.
And I fell for it because we was on him.
The dude Schultz, the tight end.
Yeah,
he's a
Dalton
problem,
Schultz.
man.
Dalton
He
Schultz.
was giving Darby all time.
Queen, he was giving us problems, bro.
Queen, yeah,
He was
man.
giving us problems.
Yeah.
But
And
what you gonna say?
in the second half, second quarter, we got to give a shout out to the Texans kicker too, because he missed a field goal in
Huge
there. That
field
was
goal.
huge.
Hold on,
And that was in that drive I was talking about with Kenny G when he threw the eyes in there to say see, because he threw a crazy deep ball on us, get him
No,
like,
he was
deep out
dropping
there.
dimes.
It was
when
a
he had
And it
a
was
little
like,
bit of-
yo, all right.
if our defense wasn't our defense, he might have sliced us apart.
I was just gonna say what happened was that freaking I was so tight in the crib when that kick return happened and that punt return. Yo.
Oh,
Yo,
yes.
that was
Sims.
some
Holy smokes,
Sims,
dog.
bro. Sims.
But shout out Chaz. Shout out Chaz. Only reason we can't call it a fluke is because we won a game like that. So it's like, I mean, that was one of the moments that's just like
He just saw it. He read it. He read it perfectly. You
How
could see
about-
when he took off. Like, he was like, oh, this whole middle is open.
Yeah, he said, all
The
I
Wildcats
gotta do
did
is
the
one
same
person.
thing too.
I just got to beat one guy, which was the punter.
The Ravens punter
Wrap
salute to him
up.
because he wasn't kicking directly down the center anymore.
Right.
He was like, I'm not doing that anymore.
He had
yo,
a few moments in this game where we was like, hey, man, because that terrible punt he put he got like 20 yards on that
Yeah,
one
that
punt.
well, the reason that happens because
That was
they almost
weird.
got to him.
True.
So he had to boot that joint up high, or else it would have been worse. It might have been a block, and they might have scored. So it was a tough environment, tough game.
I might have to pull up to NFL training camp show and just teach them the old school. If you're not that nice, ankle tackle, yo. If you stop somebody's feet and wrap up,
dog,
like I'm serious. If you fall and you
There's
just
an
fall
angle,
at their
though,
ankles
yo.
and wrap
That's
up,
an angle
there
he
was
not
some.
used to
The
taking.
Ravens had some really good ankle wrap ups
yeah,
yesterday.
they
For
did.
Really good.
They got to holler at cousin Kyle
Really
and
good.
Geno Stone got one.
Gino
Stone.
got
This is what we talked about last week.
Darby.
Yes.
Darby got one because remember Darby smacked somebody so hard in the I'm not gonna go into the last half. but-
Roquan grabbed somebody like from behind that it was gonna be even bigger. Like it was
Yep.
some really good like they was locked in, but all I know is at the end of the second half, we all watched this game.
First half.
The first half.
First
I mean.
half.
At
Yep,
the end of
first
the first half. I'm sitting there, I'm frustrated because I'm like, yo, I'm watching how good the defense is playing. I'm watching when the Ravens was moving the ball. I'm like, it's 10-10. This should be a blowout.
You know what
blowout.
pops in
Hey,
my mind?
blowout.
You know what pops in my mind at
It
that
still
moment?
was a blowout though. To be
It
honest.
ended up, but it's like that. They had nothing for them on offense, yo. Really, a couple big plays, but they like, yo, you got to get in the end zone.
Yeah, and our defense.
That defense
like
was
that.
ready, yo.
But that
I thought about
that's against the
actually-
run game, yo. They was smacking that run game. Like I'm glad that's one of the
But I
best
thought
adjustments
about
we made all
it
season.
started getting me tight a little bit after that first half was when I started thinking about old head that you talked about last week. Because it was starting to he wasn't doing anything wrong. Don't tell me I'm not saying that, but we weren't making any crazy plays like we had normally made. So I know him. I'm just picturing in my mind him sitting on his couch talking like, "Yeah, I told that young blood at the bar. I told him. I told that young blood at the bar he can't read
he's
defense.
not a knowledgeable quarterback.
He's just not
though. That's what I'm
knowledgeable
saying.
enough. You know what I
It's
mean?
guys that didn't have those and they only had the intangibles.
Those was
and they
the
did this.
people-
I'm like, bro, that means he's not as nice as him because he can still do that.
Those were the people that were in my mind in the first half, and I was like, yo, nah. Lamar clearly went into that locker room.
Hold
though.
on, yeah. Look, I was gonna say
They
real quick.
said Lamar wowed everybody on the half.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this
at
real
the
quick.
I want to
half.
see it.
The
if they
key
got
thing
it.
to Lamar was, even though I think some of it was all right. So when you have layoffs like that, a lot of the times, yo, it affects the offense
It's rust.
more than the defense.
It's rust.
right? And the biggest thing that's underrated is Lamar didn't make a mistake.
Yes. Yes.
Just avoid the mistake.
No fumbles.
That's
no,
key,
No
and that's
errant
Threw it away at
passes.
good times.
Yeah.
Yo, all I
He
asked
held
was
the
you to
ball
throw it
and
away in the
just took,
beginning of the
and took
season.
the
Yeah.
hit instead of trying to OD make an extra play and having the strip sack.
He's-
It was a lot of
He realizes his weapons now.
He's
though.
kind of a combo of what Cam was saying. The game changer and the game manager. Because as long as he doesn't make a mistake in a game like that in that first half,
You have to
we
be
have
both,
that.
yo, to be a great
You have
quarterback.
to be both.
You have to
He's
be both,
excellent, bro. He's the greatest quarterback, honestly, of this
Damn,
generation, bro.
he lit.
Outside of Tom Brady, yo.
I don't even need to see it actually. Save it for when we win
Pat
it all.
Mahomes.
But I at some point want to see when we have that conversation at halftime because that
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about
something
that after we
changed.
talk about the whole, because it's a whole lot with Lamar, and Lamar is doing some things.
All right, so
I'm
we can get
happy
into
that-
the second
Yeah,
half. then.
started the second
Y'all want to
half.
get in the second half?
Shout out your boy,
Dude,
Likely.
it was Duve. Duve was the one that started it
Duve,
off
he
for
ran
us.
it.
Dude
Yeah,
did
yeah,
run
got
because he
that.
got a great return for us.
Return.
great field position.
Yeah.
This is why we was mad in the first half because Wallace we didn't know, of course,
I
like
ain't know
we
Wallace
said,
was hurt.
but
I'm
we
not the
thought
Schwab. I am not the
exactly.
Schwab.
So he gets that return and we score.
The
This
players,
is
they did an excellent job. The play calling, all
likely.
that, running Lamar.
was
like
this
they-
Lamar's run score? Was this when he scored?
No,
rushing?
likely
No,
scored.
that was the one he threw the not.
Oh no,
he
likely
threw
got
that
a
one
big
to,
catch and then Lamar.
Because likely caught
it
one
was,
on.
It was Aguilar.
Aguilar, right?
That
I
was
think it
Aguilar?
It was
Aguilar was the first touchdown.
Aguilar.
No, I
was
thought he
the
had a
first.
second one. What's his name?
Did he have 2 touchdowns? He might have had 2 touchdowns. I don't even know, bro. This is bad. Because I definitely looked up the
It was
stats on
34-10, man.
I don't
We
know,
scored
man.
a couple
Yeah.
times.
Because
man.
I know the likely one was over the top to the right because Lamar almost threw a kind of
pick.
pick and like told
Yeah,
him,
he almost threw a
throw
pick
it,
at
he
one
told him, throw it
point.
high.
Said, put that up top.
Put it up high, and then there was a fake run by Lamar. No, Lamar got the two. He got the 2 running in the second half, right?
Yes.
And
That's
then
why I
he
think
threw
it
one
was
to
at the
Likely.
first point of the
yeah,
game.
the Aguilar one was in the first half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And the 2 run-ins and the likely one was in the second half. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yo, that one when Lamar got that like 15-yard joint, like where he.
That was towards the end of the game. But they, this was when I was finally happy when they started because the defense came out. And I think, did we 3-and-out them? Or I know we stopped them because they
was
clearly
smacking
didn't
them,
score
bro.
again.
They was
But I
smacking
think
them,
we
bro.
3-and-out them at that point. And then we come in and we're running the ball.
Yeah.
And we're running the ball efficiently.
Yeah.
Justice Hill
Justice
deserve a game
Hill.
ball, bro.
I swear.
Dog.
Justice Hill deserve a game ball.
He was running
swear,
hard.
bro.
And it was scary because Gus Edwards wasn't playing so well, and it's like
He was
I thought
okay.
he
was
be-
decent.
Towards the end, it got okay. In the,
He
in
had
the
some
beginning,
runs in there. He
he
had a
got-
couple runs in there.
He
But
got
It was
dinged
Justice,
up, and then
thugging.
Justice Hill came in.
Justice
It was
Justice was going
he was
in.
not just the speed.
Justice
He was
passes.
hard, yo.
Yeah, no, Justice
Yeah.
was killing.
Looked like a poor man's Alvin Kamara out
Yeah,
there,
bro. Like, and then, oh my goodness, man, it was just so much. Yo, I looked down for a second and I looked back up at the clock. It's 29 seconds left in the third quarter, yo. Did we only have 2 possessions in the third quarter?
Maybe they
I
stretched
think
that
we
third
they
quarter out.
they.
Yeah, we
I was
stretched
the
it out,
time
man.
of
They did
possession,
exactly
bro.
It out.
They
It
was
went
running the
almost
pill.
like 3 to 4 downs.
Oh
per
man!
10
And at
yards
that
the whole
point,
joint like that.
because their
Every first down.
linebackers was on one in that first half, but at that
They
point,
were.
it becomes a game of attrition. Now, can you stop us in this second half when we still gonna be doing the same thing we was
Hey,
doing?
y'all from Houston, can you handle this climate? We was hitting in this all week. We got
I heard 'em
blessed.
talking.
We got blessed early this week because you got to think it snowed Monday.
But I heard them talking.
Cold as I don't know
on
what
this.
all week. They prepared for
They
that.
said
yo.
Houston was kind of cold. This
That's
week.
what I was saying.
Yeah.
They said
They
it was
tried
kinda
to say that as
I don't
like a
think it was
thing
this
of them
cold.
helping
It
them
wasn't this
out,
cold.
which is
Ain't
cool.
no way.
It might have been cool for this, but you don't
No, they
consistently
did say
play.
some kind of weird Arctic thing.
But we've
going on
been
there.
planning this shit. We've been planning this. This
We've
is
been
what
planning it.
what climate is known
we
for.
had
bro.
they done had 3 weeks of playing in this type cold.
Yeah,
Baltimore.
bro. We built for that.
They done
We was
had
built
3 weeks
different.
of playing in this
The
type
squad
cold,
was
brother.
built different. We was ready. And y'all was away. That I'm telling you, the 12th man, bro. It was the 12th man defense and penalties that really won us that game, bro.
Yeah.
And then of course Lamar making the
Lamar
plays on
started
offense
getting
because
comfortable
Lamar
back
had
there.
100 yards rushing as well,
100 yards, yo.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Two
Two
touchdowns
passing.
throwing 2 passes. I
And
think
they
it's
be
the first player in
hating.
history in the playoffs.
Fam, he
They
had
still be
100. So this was
hating,
Lamar.
yo.
His QBR was, I think, was 121 to Stroud 72 for this game. Yo, he was
Lamar
quarterbacky,
like
bro.
that.
He was
Yo,
fine.
yo,
He was quarterbacky.
You want to know what I think awakened Lamar, yo? When we was doing the accent last year when we wanted him to get the bread. Please Lamar. Please. He's fulfilling the prophecy, yo.
It's what you said
He's fulfilling the prophecy.
last week. You said this. This was the first time we had Lamar healthy,
With weapons.
healthy with
Healthy with
weapons,
weapons.
and his contract was signed.
Yes.
He's getting money. Because honestly, last year we probably would have won the Super Bowl if they
I
weren't
keep
playing
saying
with
that
him
was a
bread
Super Bowl
wise.
defense
But it's like,
last
yo,
year.
my leg kind of messed up. Like, I ain't
can't risk
trying to
it.
get hurt, and then y'all ain't
And then
even
y'all
pay me
never wanna
yet.
pay me.
Like,
Like-
they would look at that as a sensible decision for anybody but an individual like that. And I won't go too far in that, but you know why I said that, because that's the 100% truth.
Yeah.
Y'all be gassing Josh Allen. He's a
No. Forget that.
turnover tower. Justin Herbert.
No. Joe Burrow.
Joe
injured
Burrow.
again.
Yeah, hurt
and
again.
and is easily the highest paid
And they
quarterback.
would be think about if
always
Lamar hurt his hand. They would be hating on him, yo. They don't care what happened to his hand. He's like, he hurt his hand. He don't want to play.
They were blaming on his his ability to run.
Yeah.
That's why they kept
I
saying
think
that.
he's not really smart at the quarterback
No, that's why they kept
position.
saying he was injury prone because he did have some injuries, but it wasn't because of his running. A
It
lot
was
of
the
that stuff
timing of
happened in
year,
the
too.
pocket.
He got hurt at the end of the year.
But a lot of his injuries even happened when he was in the
I
pocket.
think
He
all of
wasn't
them were.
running.
All of them were in the pocket.
Yeah.
Like,
So, like, what are you talking about? Like, that has nothing to do with
everybody
these
gets
injuries.
And they
Any quarterback
always-
can get
they
this injury.
Mahomes
They
been at
always
home,
pay
man.
homage to quarterbacks that have injuries on their roster. But Ronnie Stanley was hurt. And that dude, Falele, that was blocking for him when he was getting smacked up back there, it was crazy. It was like, yo, you don't protect a multi-million-dollar asset like this, bro. Like, yo, y'all really letting him die out here. I'm talking about, it used to be bad watching the pocket collapse, and then he gets smacked from three different
So
directions.
let's get back to this. Let's get back
so,
to this show.
Yeah, but real, I mean, it ain't much left. They started
Anything in the
beating
third?
down.
Nothing? Third, there was the beat down. We scored the two
It was just
touchdowns.
a beat down, dog.
And a 15-yard Lamar
And-
joint, but I was like, all right, we already kind of said that.
But the biggest thing was the fourth quarter when Dalvin Cook came in there.
Yeah,
I think that was
shout
one of
out
those
Dalvin.
momentum.
He was
Man.
looking all right for a few of them runs, dog.
One of them runs he broke for like 20 something though. He looked like vintage Dalvin. I was like, yo, this is the end of the game. I know they mad.
Yeah.
Yo, they've been running all over. We had 200. What we have on rushing? 229 to their 38. They had no Russian presence.
No
that was
Russian.
the issue with them.
That
bro.
means your defense is scary.
You cooked, bro.
Because what's the guy? Singletary ain't that bad. I think that's his name, the one running back.
He had that
got,
one
and then-
big one too. He like where he brushed up the middle on.
And
us,
that's
got
the
a
one-
little
That
yard.
one didn't-
That's when
Roquan.
Roquan came from
Roquan
behind.
That one didn't matter because they was smacking, bro.
He was like a
all
cheetah on a
game.
gazelle.
Roquan had that cowboy outfit on. He said,
He
"Nah,
looked like
son."
a lasso. He like
Yeah,
with the lasso.
nah, son. Like I gotta get this
Kyle
young
Hamilton
boy.
was out there balling. Darby was out there balling.
Kyle was coming to smack dudes.
Kyle
Darby,
was
Darby
crazy.
smacked somebody so hard he had to get off the field.
What's
Patrick
L?
Queen? Patrick Queen damn near killing himself this season because he still might be hurt.
He
right
always
now.
looked hurt, but he
Bro, he got up there
He
in the
know the
game.
shit.
My man had to lay down for a minute and got back in and still smacked
He knows
somebody.
the moment, yo.
Yeah, for sure.
He knows the
For
moment,
sure.
yo.
Nah, the defense was on.
Eventually, that game
Nothing,
basically turned into the blowout. That it, like, if you like, even in the first half, you like, dog, this should be a blowout.
Yeah, fourth quarter, Lamar gets his last rushing
34-10.
touchdown.
Let's get it.
And
'Cause
ran
that's-
through the tunnel.
on him. You see my guy Moses with the camera when he
Yo,
came
I
back.
was dying.
Morgan
Who
Moses
gave him
had the
the
camera
camera?
like on him, bro. Like we have to
Gave
win.
him the camera.
No.
He just
You know-
picked that
know what
up.
it
Like,
is?
give me that, Joe. Like, you gotta give me
I
that.
think Lamar finally understood how great he is. Like, bro,
knows. He
nobody's like me.
knows.
Like, running off into the tunnel is like iconic, Michael Jordan type stuff for quarterbacks. Yo, no quarterback hit the shimmy sham twice for the touchdown and threw two touchdowns, and then ran out there. It's
16
lining up to be the greatest documentary ever, yo.
16 for 22
It's
passing. as
lining
well.
up to be the greatest documentary ever.
My boy was an
Lamar
actor.
Jackson doc. It's gonna be called Lamar, yo.
Oh, what about the
34
plays?
30 for 30.
Bateman, Zay Flowers, I think, led us in receiving. He made like some crazy
Zay Flowers
plays at the
was
end.
shaking off.
He went
boy.
crazy at the end.
Hold, let's stick on Lamar real quick.
Okay.
To transition to that because I want to get back to Lamar and them. They were a little bit sticky in the first half, but that's when he was yelling at you touched on it, Ronnie Stanley.
Yes.
We normally I looked at my lady. I said, "Dang, you don't never see Lamar really like screaming on somebody." I was like, "Oh, I kind of like that."
Yeah.
But you can tell he's such a good dude. You can see like when they was going into the
Capricorn,
half.
yo.
You can see when they was going to the half, he was trying to console him because Lamar really don't want to. So it was like he was doing both. He was screaming on him and then trying to tell him, we good, we gonna be good.
Even-
but he spoke about it. They said in that halftime,
Know what? Also,
We gotta see the
Lamar?
video.
What do you say about the halftime?
him talking
No,
about
he
how
wilded out.
he
He
said, "I
wilded
was wilding
everybody.
out
They
in the
said he was
halftime."
going crazy.
I need to
think,
see it, bro.
I think it was a
But I
want to
see it, like you said, documentary style. After we
Yeah,
win
yeah,
it
yeah,
all.
yeah.
I don't need to
I'm
see it right
telling
now.
you, Lamar, directed by Zay, narrated
New
by
era. No, he got
by
new
the
era
Justice
productions.
Warrior.
He got new era productions. You know he gonna use his line,
And
bro.
I have a theory about this, right?
Damn,
I think he's turned up with the basically kind of getting on his guys because one, he knows his guys love him and he knows they know
But
it
that's
ain't
what I'm
nothing
saying.
personal. I know some people won't like this, but he likes Tom Brady a lot. I remember him speaking about him
Yeah.
years ago. And he wanted to be like him as far as the.
He said he's the
passing game.
GOAT.
I think recently because Tom Brady. Remember they had that combo and Tom was talking about how he admired him ever since he first saw him.
Right.
You know how Tom used to get on the players. I think Tom probably told him behind the scenes, not on camera, like, yo, dog, they gonna ride with you. Sometimes you gotta get on them. Because one of the complaints we had, and I'm not the only one, but a few I've seen sometimes early in this year, doing them weird losses, it was like, dog, Lamar, you might gotta get on folks.
And
dog.
low key, Tom Brady was a floor general. People think that he was some nice guy. He was like Kobe.
Yeah.
Like he'd be wilding people like, yo, what, yo, you shouldn't have dropped that shit, bro. What the fuck?
But I think Tom had the perfect combo because they said Tom really like behind the scenes, mad chill, mad cool,
but
like a nice dude. But on that field, you gotta be a dog.
Yes, the biggest thing, the team gotta believe in you still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The major thing because
you
you see in that moment when he was yelling at him,
exactly.
Stanley received it.
Yeah,
he didn't like push back or anything. He just like,
it's a person
everybody,
you respect.
everybody can't get away with that.
At that point, it's a person you respect.
Yeah.
At that point, for any man, that's a person you respect.
Baker Mayfield can't get away with that, yo. I'm not trying to joke. I'm being
First
dead serious.
off, that game doesn't excite me that much. It's Tampa Bay. Well, never mind. We still got Ravens.
Yeah,
stuff?
to stay on the Ravens.
All right, stay on the Ravens. My bad.
But yeah, it was just good to see Lamar do that because it's like, dog, they riding with you. Sometimes you gotta be the spark. You gotta charge people back up.
Yeah.
You gotta get on folks. You gotta let them know, like, yo, dog, we got a special team. This is a special time. We not trying to blow this. These don't come around. Like Rich was alluding to, and we're going to talk about this probably several times into the season. Hopefully it's over in February. This is one of the best teams assembled. Like when you understand the moment, that's why Lamar keeps talking about being locked
really
in.
good.
It's like you don't have this many teams, yo. Yeah. You lucky to get one in your lifetime.
It don't make sense, bro.
The luck,
bro. Just looking at it, like you said, all the way through and through, y'all. Even the offensive line slipped up here and there, but they make their plays.
Our O-line has adjusted so well. They got so much better.
That's what I was saying. They make their plays. The defense has been on one all year.
And remember, I was hating on the D-line at one point, like, yo, smacking people.
At all levels, we've been on one. Man.
I also think the offensive line, the playmaking helped them out a little bit
because
in that second half, because they were pressuring so much. We talk about adjustments and stuff, and the lack of sometimes early in the year, and I think they learned a lot from them weird losses, which is why you want some losses sometimes. They instead of dropping Lamar back, if you peep, they was letting Lamar get the ball out much quicker, and they was doing a lot more design runs for him, so that defense.
That one where they caught him I think it might have been 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 or something like that, and it's the fake handoff, and then Lamar just take it out.
He balled to the left, and it's Justice Hill come across like it's going to be a jet sweep. And then I think Pat Ricard go that way too. So it's like they clearly running the ball over here, and then Lamar straight.
Yep.
Nothing.
That's how he scored that 15-yard touchdown too.
Monken was up in the box cooking, bro. Monken was like, nah, this second half, we getting it in, bro.
According to the analytics, they're going to be overstacked.
They was like, throw Dalvin Cook in there. They just threw Dalvin Cook in on him at the end of the game. We was up by 24 points or something. Yo, they was foul. That was foul, yo. There was no reason to do that.
And this is coin from Coach Class Pod. I was so pleased by Dalvin Cook's performance. He got to drop the show where he cooking food called Dalvin Cooks, yo. I'm telling you,
we could be playing against his little brother next week, depending upon what happens with this Chiefs and Bills joint.
I think
so. Out of those two opponents, who do you want to play, Buffalo or Kansas City?
It don't matter.
I want Buffalo. Buffalo. I don't like the Kansas City Chiefs. That like you gotta respect those teams. That's like the Tom Brady Patriots of now.
Listen, bro.
I don't care.
Our defense is unreal, yo. I don't really feel.
You know why I want them to go.
And he don't have as many weapons.
You know why it would be cool to go
as
to
us.
KC? Because it's like we went through KC.
Yeah. That would feel good.
No,
it would feel good to beat
because
Mahomes.
You gotta look at it like, what'd you say, Rich?
It would feel good to beat Mahomes.
Yeah.
That would feel good.
But now Mahomes is decorated enough to get my respect.
No, he does too.
I want to punch Josh Allen in the mouth and show he's not the same level. He didn't deserve the bread Lamar deserved. He's not nowhere near the player of Lamar. I want people to eat that with like a 35 to nothing.
His storyline is fantastic.
He's turnover prone.
But Lamar is better than him. That's all I'm saying.
We know that, man.
Lamar. But people was acting crazy last year. I remember.
You know why I wanted to go
past
through
few
Mahomes?
years.
Because
It's been the past few years, not
like,
just last year. Josh Allen been high on people's list for a while.
Think about this, because he's going to close that gap. Look at it. If he goes through Pat, especially if he goes through Pat, he will have gone through Pat, 2 MVPs, a unanimous MVP, and a Super Bowl. The only thing he's behind in at that point
the AFC
is
champions.
another Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we're going to listen. I want him to start getting in that
Next year.
conversation of the best of this generation.
We might
He
back
is,
to
though.
back.
Josh
Oh,
Mahomes.
yeah.
I mean,
If we back
Josh
to
Allen,
back?
I ain't worried about him, man. See, you thinking about dudes that's not on his level. He's not. Josh Allen's
That's a
not
fact.
on his level. I don't
It
care
pisses
about
me
him.
off with the guys
I
that
get
they
what you're
compare to
saying. I
him, though,
don't
that's
care
not
about
nowhere
him.
near his level.
We trying to get Lamar to be, when it's all said and done, it's either the strong conversation between both, it's not definitive, it's the other dude, or it's flat out, he wound up taking it. Josh Allen got a lot. Josh Allen don't have an MVP.
Got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
Got a lot
He has
to prove.
nothing,
Josh.
dog.
And you led the league in interceptions.
Got a lot to prove, young boy.
They only give quarterbacks like that pass for leading the league in interceptions. That's like the
don't matter.
biggest flaw of a
My whole
quarterback.
thing now
Fumbling
He's a
is-
ball player. He's fun to watch, though. I'll give
He is.
Josh
He's
He
nice.
is. That run he had
He's
against the boys last week.
Yeah,
that run.
he's fun. I
That rush
like
was crazy.
watching Josh Allen.
All I'm gonna
He's a
say,
baller, yo.
do that against Roquan.
No,
Do that against Cousin Kyle,
You know
yo.
Roquan waiting.
Cousin Kyle will come up and pop him,
Cousin
yo.
Kyle is killing you.
Cousin Kyle will come pop you, bro. Pause.
Kyle big too. He's not worried about Josh.
He's
Allen.
not even trying to pop you though, yo. He's just so
Form
great.
tackling.
He's so
Stood
great.
somebody up.
Yes, it's so.
He's a different.
He's so
And,
great.
and the sick part is, I think it was a running back.
He stood
He
up.
came
you
up and
see-
smacked somebody.
He got the pressure on C.J. Stroud one time. I think Stroud completed the pass, but he was just back there, just causing mayhem. He is an animal.
I'm thankful
There was
for that
one
game.
play, right? It was a smart design play because it was set and it was only going to be one-on-one with the defender. But the problem was the defender was Kyle. I think that's the play where he stood him up. Because if he gets past him, he might have took it to the house. Kyle is so good.
It was a few times in that
you can
game.
see he saw the play before it happened.
Yeah.
He was there. He knew, like he was in the huddle.
That boy
He was
ultra
right
instinct.
there
yo.
waiting for the. I was like, yo, this
That
boy,
boy
Ball
ultra
hawk,
instinct,
bro.
bro.
he is ultra instinct, yo.
He's really, really good
He's
at
really
football.
him, and he's healthy because he got time.
He got
to
time
chill,
off.
yo.
The
thing
defense
that-
was on. They never was rusty.
Yeah.
The
Had to be.
offense had to get going.
Even
a
though they
little
wasn't
bit.
getting sacks like that, the pressure.
They would, and it's crazy. That's how you know the defense is good. They only scored 10 points on us, but we had no sacks, no interceptions, no fumbles recovered.
Everybody was.
That was
wrong.
all
First of
just
all, they didn't
defense.
even-
Stop.
That's
First of all,
a-
the offense only scored 3 points.
To be honest, though,
Crazy.
that's
The
another
offense
testament to
always scores 3
CJ Stroud, though. Because he
He
got
make
out of there
mistakes,
and
too.
either threw the ball away
make no
or
mistakes
made a
either.
play. You feel me? Like
did
CJ
the
Stroud,
best he could.
you gonna have one of them MVP joints like Lamar gonna have 2 of them. You feel me? For right now,
All he need is a line and some running
the
He
back.
gonna
line is
get one.
okay. The line is not as it's better than when they had my man's-
Watson.
but low key
Yo,
was
what-
Stroud for where they were supposed to be right now.
Yeah,
He's
he's
damn
down.
near still in the MVP argument.
Yo, I
Like,
said
he
it when
went
we
crazy
played
a
us.
lot
I
of
said it
games
when
where
he played
wasn't
us.
supposed to.
I
though.
said it when he played us at the beginning of the year. Yo. He
dog.
was making throws then. This was
Yeah,
the very
yeah.
first game he
His
ever
very first
played.
game.
different, bro.
He was making plays then.
Is he better than young Deshaun Watson? I think so.
Yes.
He's
I
a
think
dog.
way
yo.
better than
He's
him,
gonna be
yo.
good.
Yeah, Deshaun was nice, but
I'm gonna pick him up next year if he's available.
I think so, yo.
But Deshaun was he was really nice. Yo.
Yeah,
I
he
ain't
was.
gonna hold
Deshaun
you. Yo.
was
Like,
great.
people
Until
keep
Lamar
forgetting.
humbled him, and that was when they thought Lamar was a
No,
running back.
Deshaun, it wasn't that. Deshaun started getting hurt, and then he had,
Nah, this was when he was healthy. The 14-2 Ravens
Oh yeah,
season.
but
I
he
got
still
to
was
go
nice.
to
He
that
was still
game.
nice. I think he led the league in pass yards one year too.
He
if I'm not mistaken.
threw like
I could be
2 or
wrong, but
3 crazy
he was up
dimes,
there.
but then they just started going crazy, yo, with the option. That triple option went crazy, yo.
It was looking like NCAA football at one point with Lamar. Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was beautiful, man.
Yeah.
This is a clinic out
Thank
there.
you,
Who else you
Ravens.
want to give some respect to? Oh man, I want to give some respect to Harbs before we get out of here
Coach Harbs, yo.
because we get on him. But
I
one
always
thing we
hate
always
it,
say
yo.
is he
You
understands. Like the
definitely
team
understand
clearly
getting the
loves
best
him.
out of people, yo. Yeah.
You
Because
see
he
my
seems like
man?
a good dude.
My man was in the locker
Yeah,
room.
he was hitting the dirty dance.
Yo.
He was getting it in.
My homegirl sent me the video first, and I think it was like one of those club mix songs covering it when the 2 coaches, and I said, "Yo, that's the non-racial coach of another ethnicity that like understands, yo. Like,
Nah.
he has no ill will in his heart, yo.
What
That look good.
Zay is saying is like, yo, yeah. If the way we playing right now, we gotta lock him in. For
players
at least 2
love-
more
love
years.
him.
2 to
The
3
key
more
thing
years.
is,
guy, bro.
what I always listen.
But for them to start dancing and people like really vibing
Yeah,
like
he's
that,
locked
like
in.
yo, they love him, yo.
The biggest
His
thing
bro
for
was there,
Harbaugh,
too,
we always
Jim.
say like Because
Jim just did a big thing. If
Yep.
Jim and John do that,
Jim
that's
bringing
gonna be
the
crazy.
energy.
They're gonna make a 30 for 30 about that.
I think-
in,
and
bro.
there's so much scandal involved with that, with the Jim, and then a John just come out and just do it
Look
correctly.
how wild this is. Jim could either go potentially. They haven't fired their coach, but if Jim say he interested, he could either go to the Eagles or Washington, yo,
Oh my goodness.
and be in the area, yo.
I would do the Eagles.
I would do Washington.
I would do the Eagles.
Nah, Washington
'Cause they got picks
They
and
got
stuff,
solid
right?
players,
But
and
the Eagles not done, yo.
Yeah, but they got a lot that they can do.
They was cooked at the end
Washington
of the season.
got solid players. They got younger players,
and they about to move.
and they about to get the second pick and get a quarterback. That's the
see,
job you take.
and they
because
may
your
be-
quarterback isn't
But you
expensive.
saying get a quarterback like Jalen Hurts is up there with some of the greats. He played bad towards the end, but
Mike,
they good.
he's highly
bro.
paid, and potentially Drake May is
so
probably
you're
a
gonna
better
lose
prospect.
a lot of those guys.
I'm just being honest,
You're gonna
like-
lose a lot of them pieces
I
that's been
wouldn't-
there.
I
You
wouldn't
haven't
have
seen
him,
Drake
bro.
May play. I could tell.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm not, and you
I
never
haven't,
know
to
because
be
a guy can get
honest.
to the NFL and not be nice. But as far as a prospect, Drake May is a better prospect than Jalen Hurts. So and you know what's the name? Jim is a quarterback whisperer.
He is.
So if he could pull his potential,
Because he
out,
played quarterback.
you can get him for 3 to 4 years,
Kaepernick.
mad cheap.
Kaepernick was doing his thing, man.
And you know the NFC East, it changed like the wind.
Got him
Win
to
it
the
and
Super
win it
Bowl. It
not.
might be
So,
a hard bowl next year.
yeah.
Horrible.
Nah, if they this close, if it's Maryland and Baltimore, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
yo.
that'd be
Like,
insane.
that'd be crazy. But salute to Harbaugh. Listen, one of the things is we always talk about his throwing the challenge flags be questionable, or lack of throwing challenge flags be
Yeah,
questionable.
he had one.
Yesterday he
Some of
did
the-
it because the lead was insurmountable.
Some of his
I
calls
understood.
when he get the opportunity to kind of lead the call be questionable, like maybe fourth and all this stuff. But one thing is, I'll give him two things. The players love him. He knows how to keep temperatures and manage everybody. We always say he's a great manager, and he gets really good staff people.
That's what it
the
is.
biggest thing.
That's what it is.
Times.
His
Hiring
staff is
good
handling thing, yo. His coaches, his players that we have
Yeah.
there now, we got vets on I think all levels, if I'm not mistaken. So they can bring in the reins on the young players that might be wilding out early on. I think we got things figured out around like week 3 or 4. At
Yeah.
that point is when we started being like, yo, we're kind of good, yo. Let's just lock in, and I think we can win this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we lost like 1 game after that, I think, or 2 games maybe after that. But I don't know what else to say, fellas. Like this is
It was
this
just
is
fun,
one of the
great,
best.
yo.
It was
This is one of the
really-
best
it was
feelings
good
I've
to see,
had.
yo.
It was really
Yo, we
good.
going to the
to
parade?
see. I'm going to the
Absolutely,
parade.
yo.
First
I just wanted
off,
to make sure y'all
I'm
saying.
I got mad.
I'm calling out.
vacation
I'm
and sick time.
what? I'm taking off
Yo,
for 2 days.
I'm taking off.
I take
I
off
got a
for 2
Ravens
days.
helmet on my desk at work.
You can
They
slide
already know
down the
what's
Z
up.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
get there right now.
I know people saying they flying in from out of town that
Facts.
moved
Yeah,
from
I'm
Baltimore
there, bro.
just to go to the parade.
there,
and they-
bro.
I feel for Snoop Dogg
I'm
though,
there, bro.
in all of this because he was one of Snoop Dogg's young prodigy, and then Snoop Dogg's Steelers lost last week, so I know he's having a rough time right now.
Well, you can't be a Ravens and Steelers fan, so it is what it is, bro.
He was CJ. He was a CJ fan. I'm saying CJ is one of his prodigies.
Oh,
From the
yeah, yeah.
Snoop Dogg Football League.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
played
Still,
him.
anything
You know what I mean?
that's opposed to the Ravens is not
But
accepted.
the Steelers is out.
Listen,
We on to
listen.
the championship, baby.
Listen, for that parade, I wanted to not be as cold as yesterday, but I needed to be cold.
Yeah,
because
it's gotta be cold.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
for
be
sure.
lit. I'm gonna be 10 to 15 degrees warmer
Yeah.
than whatever it is outside anyway. So I need to be around like 30.
What you saying? The AFC Championship game?
38 would be crazy.
Huh?
What game?
I'm talking about for the parade.
Oh, the parade. Yeah.
I'm-
It's got to be a little warmer in it, but it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's Feb though.
No,
yo.
what I'm
Feb is
no, no.
deceptive.
Rich,
Yo,
what I'm
I
saying
ain't
is it need to be in
gonna
the
lie, I'm
30s
breaking out
because
a big
I'm
ass,
yacked
like,
up that
boost.
day.
Oh yeah, to keep
That's
the blood
what I'm
temperature.
saying,
Yo,
yo.
you just be good. Yo,
And
I
don't
might
even
just.
sit yet.
I'm not sweating. I'm being a goose down in the Ravens snap.
Right in the
back.
veins. Nigga dual wielding the yaks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, just 2 yaks in hand while walking down the field.
Just walking down the
We
street
all in
with
the
a glass
stadium
of whiskey. They're like,
fists.
sir, you can't walk around with that.
It's like the Ravens won.
Straight hit him with the rock. Know your role and shut your mouth. And shut your mouth. Straight wilding folks, bro. I'm ready, yo.
It's gonna be insane in the city, bro. Whoa. Man, we just got
Gotta
one
rub
more.
their hands
Oh,
together.
and salute to MLK for showing up to the
Yeah,
game.
man.
Yo, the presence of MLK said Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl written all over it, yo.
There was so many people in the building.
Yo, you remember that movie, yo, the VHS Granny got us called Alfred
I'll
Martin?
never forget.
Yeah, yo, everybody.
Alfred Martin re came back, yo,
Came
for the
back in
Ravens
time,
game.
yo.
The
Our
funniest
friend.
comment though is they said he was there to make sure Lamar was judged by the content of his.
But
character.
y'all want to know the sick thing,
And
yo?
not the color of his skin. Yo,
I know
that's
that-
funny.
Facts, that's hilarious.
The internet
but the
is
sick
great.
thing is, I think Lamar and like Martin Luther King, their birthdays are like very close to one another.
And it
'Cause
was-
I know
it-
for
no,
a
it was
fact Martin
MLK
Luther King is a
week, too.
Capricorn.
That's hysterical.
And I saw Lamar is a Cap, and like you know on Twitter, like they posted, yo. He came
said he
back.
came back. Yo, that's
he
funny
came
as
back
hell,
for the
man.
athletic version of Martin Luther
That's-
King.
it's-
Yo.
It was MLK week.
Hysterical.
Yo, he had to see
came
through.
back.
Yo.
He came back.
And I
one
think the
time.
Ravens Stadium is off of Martin Luther King or close
It
to
is.
it.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Yes. No. Yeah. You take
It's
no,
not
you
far
got to
from
get
it.
off at.
Yeah, you gotta get off,
Get off
but
at
it's
Russell.
close.
But it
Martin
swerves
Luther King
into it.
and,
It
yeah.
directly swerves into a Russell.
Come on.
We had a
on,
dream,
yo.
bro. We here.
Nah, there's no way.
I
There's
said,
no way.
I had a dream
Yeah, man.
that one day you
gotta
would think
show-
I was a running back and I was the best quarterback.
He gotta be in the
that's
building
how
next
he
week.
came out there,
Even
yo.
if he don't got tickets, yo, the Ravens got to give him a ticket, yo.
Yeah.
He gotta be in the building.
You gotta
Whoever
find
his
him.
name,
Whoever that guy was, he has to sit just like that all game.
Yeah,
guys.
definitely
He
Martin
can't,
Luther
he
King.
can't
definitely.
change no seat.
You
Something,
can't,
yo.
even if they give out the free shiesties, you can't wear it, yo. You Martin Luther, yo.
Nah, the other funny joke when
Have
they
him
said-
sideline bound,
They said he
man.
was like Goku. He get to come back for a couple.
Yo, I saw that. That's hilarious.
The internet
That was
is crazy
hilarious.
as hell, man.
Yo, walked through the joint and got what? What's his name? Yo,
He
the
had
blue
little-
guy.
he
Yo,
probably still had the angel
just missing
halo.
the- yeah, he put the
over
hat on
top
so you
of
couldn't
head.
see the
Yeah, so
halo,
the halo
yeah.
was covered. Though. That's why the hat was on. Damn.
that's hard.